How's it going, everyone? Octopus here, and welcome to the first episode of my free-to-play account. This is going to be 100% free-to-play, no money put into this, and we're going to see how we do. This first episode is going to be me going over just some tips, how to do the quest, how to catch up real quick if you are new. So this first episode might have some more things. I honestly, if you guys watch my videos, everything just kind of comes as you watch the whole video. I don't have an organization. I'm gonna start here, start here, start here. Whatever pops out of my mind, I say in the video, and that's what you guys get. So I have no order when I come to this, but I'm gonna go through kind of an order that's in my head, okay? So if you are new to this game and you're getting started off and you just went through the tutorial basically shows you that you can tap an enemy, you can swipe an enemy, and you can activate your special. And those are three important things. It is very, very important to know when to do it and when not to do it. And as we get farther into the game, especially during high score challenges, you'll find out what that is in just a couple of weeks, or if you're watching this to present, next week, I'm pretty sure. But you're gonna find out that it's very important to know when to tap, when to swipe, and when to use your special. So before we go into any more detail, let's start off by saying what's first. What do you do first once you're out of that tutorial? Now, I'm going to do it in a way where you can watch this video at any point in Kingdom Hearts, depending if they change the system drastically, but for a while it's not going to be like that. And most likely this video will be lost somewhere along there. So, as soon as you get out that tutorial, the first thing you guys want to do is head into the menu option. Everything you see on the scroll down screen right here is on this main screen. Basically everything. As you can see down here, we have quest, we have equipment, avatar board, you have your shop, and then you have all the main quests that are going on right here. Didn't mean to pull that up, but I like to use this one for the majority, just so if I forget something like, ooh, I should go on quest because I forgot the daily challenge, I should do it before it resets. Stuff like that. So I do enjoy this list the most. But first thing you guys want to do is get a party. Find a party as soon as possible, because that's going to help you do the events. Now, you're not going to see this screen when you open up other and then party. You're going to see find a party, make a party, something else, right? But when you do click on find a party, you'll be presented with this screen here. And your options are play style. You can find any play style you want, casual, core, or hardcore. Honestly, people are not really picky with this. If you do join a hardcore, maybe expect to play a certain amount of hours or farm a certain amount of lux, but honestly, so far the community's been really great, and there's only certain parties that demand certain things, and they'll usually write it inside the description. Sometimes it's something really funny or something that actually says like helping all new free-to-players or everyone's welcome, like this guy right here. But generally what you guys want to do is when you search for a list, look for a healthy amount of members. You want at least 15 or more members. Now I know this discourages people to go in new parties. You might see a party with 5 people, and these people can be really good. But I'm just saying that when you guys start off, if you're not looking for a dedicated party yet and you just need assistance, click on the profile of the first party you see on the list and go through the list. If the list looks like it has good amount of medals that are decent to help you, and the way to tell that is click on the medal itself, the medal will pop up. You can see that they used the orange numbers right here. They use things called Chippendales, and Chippendales increase a medal's defense and strength a little bit farther, well, 1,000 each, more than what the medal is capable of, just raw. Another important thing to look for is Jack Skeletons, actually. If you see a party with a Jack Skeleton, especially if you're new, this medal will help you complete a lot of quests because it's neutral and you can always pick this friend medal and be safe for like the first 300 quests. A little exaggerated, but I'm pretty sure the first 200, which is important. But what you guys do want to see is this down here. I'm not going to go into detail right now. It's called the guilting system. Is when you take one medal of the same copy, so you need 7 copies of this medal or whatever medal you want to guilt, and you put them together. And you can only do that when you actually complete quest 200. But when you want to join a party, you want to see a party that has a good amount of this and a good amount of this going on, okay? So that when you actually go into a quest, like 100% is really good. There's more detail to this, but I'm just saying as a new player, find a party that has a good amount of medals that have around 7,000 attack, 1,000 chips add to it, and preferably guilted. Now it doesn't have to be like this. If you're coming in just for playing for fun, it's fine. I'm just saying for the most efficient route is go into a party that has a good amount of guilted medals or powerful medals. And the best way to tell is if they have chips on them and they're gilted. Over here you can see there's no number, there's no 50%, 20%, so it's not gilted, but she's still very strong. But the majority you want to find is stuff that have the gilt or not the gilt. So that's the first tip. Find a party with good medals, talk to them, ask them for their help, ask some questions, and I'm pretty sure they'll help you out. Now the second thing you guys want to do is not come to this menu, but you see up here your level you want to get that to 34 as soon as possible. Now at current state of recording this, what's going on right now, every weekend there's a raid boss event, which is Saturdays and Sundays. And on Saturday and Sundays, a raid boss, you guys can summon them. You'll go into quest and you won't be able to see this, but your party members will go into quest and they'll summon a raid boss. And this raid boss will appear and it gives lots of lux. So you want to be able to hop into that right away. You're going to see a red tag right across up here. You guys can see that floating white thing. Me touch my screen. You'll see raid boss warning, or I forget what it is, but it's a raid sign. This is warning or assistance. But it's basically if you click on that, everyone who has a raid boss up, you can help them out to defeat it. So you defeat that raid boss as a party. And that's going to help you guys because all you have to do is really go in there and just tap away. If you want to go more into detail about that, when you actually go into a quest itself, you're going to see your shared medals. And that's what I was talking about, join a party. 1, your party will summon raid bosses if they're active. And 2, when you actually go into a quest and you go to confirm, you can pick out of your list medals that can help you. And when you do this, if your party has medals that say Lux Plus right down here, it doesn't have to say Attack Boost 2, it just has to say Lux Plus, or if it has this whole thing, that's even better. You want to use this as the friend medal to fight the raid boss. Now if the raid boss is green, you want to use a red medal. Green is speed, power does more damage to speed. Now I know this is all very basic, but someone new, this is going to be very useful. So when you are fighting raid bosses, try to find a friend medal that has Lux Plus on it, just so you can level up really quick. And that's what I did. You guys can see 5 days played and I'm at level 206 already. Now let's not go too far into that yet. Let's step back a second. Back to the basics. You want to make level 34 as soon as possible so you can unlock special quest. Your first concern is level 34. So in story mode, let me go straight to the beginning. I'm going to show you what I did as a process. So you're not going to worry about any other screens besides go find a party. Now come back into quest. Now in the quest menu, you'll see there's a yellow list over here. For you, it's going to be black and white until you complete all the objectives. And what you want to do is make sure you complete this objective 100% every time until a certain point. Now for me, I personally went and I completed, as you can see down here, there's 3 Mickey heads. This one says defeat all enemies in 1 turn, use 2 more special attacks, and collect 120 or more Lux. You want to complete that as much as you need to. And I say a safe area is about 100 quests. So for the first 100 quests, I did that. I completed all 3 Mickey heads to grab these shards and avatar coins. Now why is this important? This is important because you want to be able to upgrade your Keyblade. So now let's go into the equipment menu. This is where all your Keyblades are. Your Keyblades are not going to look like these. It's going to look like this. Very simple, level 1, and you can upgrade it using this slot right here. Now you can recognize that symbol right there. That is why it's very important to do all 3 Mickey heads, but especially the 3rd one, because it gives you mithril shards. And all Keyblades share mithril shards. So if you guys do want to upgrade a lot of Keyblades, or just your main one, sorry, my phone's going off. If you guys want to upgrade all your Keyblades, or the main one you're going to use for now, you're going to need a lot of mithril shards, and those are very important. Now, for me personally, when I started, I brought every Keyblade to +3. So I leveled it up 3 times using these mats. And it's good to do because each quest is going to ask you eventually, only use a Starlight, only use a Lady Luck, only use a Treasure Trove, and only use the 3 wishes. You're going to see that quite often, especially in the higher levels. It doesn't go away. So what you want to do is make every single one of these +3, and that is good enough to do the first 100 quests, especially with the friend medal. Now what you want to do is focus on one Keyblade, and there's many reasons for this, but I'm going to tell you the 2 basic ones that help you as a new player. I personally started with the treasure trove because our weekend raid boss right now is speed. And you can see the little chart down here. Sorry for moving the screen. But the arrow that it's pointing at, so you see that red circle, it has an arrow pointing the green one. That means power is stronger than speed. And now the speed one, the green one, is pointing an arrow to the left. That means speed is stronger than magic, which is the blue orbs. So when you go into a quest, you'll see the enemy's symbol right there, and you'll be blue, red, or green. Use the proper color to color keyblades. Sorry, I don't know why I got stuck there. So the treasure trove is red, which is power. Lady Luck is green, which is speed, and your 3 wishes is blue, which is magic. So use the proper keyblade for each quest. But why is it important to upgrade one right away? For me, it was because the raid boss was speed and treasure trove was red. So I want to do as much damage as possible to the raid boss to earn more Lux quickly. The quicker I make level 34, the better. The quicker I make level 206 or 210 or 215 is really important. So whatever the weekend raid boss or whatever is the way to farm Lux when you're new, focus on that keyblade, or focus on that keyblade depending on what your strongest metals are. Now during the time of this recording, we had a Moana event and Christmas Sora. So this was around Christmas. Well, obviously you guys can see in the YouTube, but my personal strongest keyblade as a new player right now during these events is the 3 wishes. So I use all my resources on 3 wishes to get that up to plus 19. Now the reason I'm saying this is because your shared friend medal does as much damage depending on the level of your keyblade. So if I went to a quest with a bare bone level 1 Starlight and I threw a friend medal that was 100% gilded, 6 stars, Chippendales, all that, even a legendary medal, it is not going to do a lot of damage because your keyblade isn't strong enough. And not only that, your keyblade doesn't have that much SP. Level 19 3 wishes has 15 SP gauge. You guys will see that when you go into battle on the top left, it'll say 9 gauges, 12 gauges, 15 gauges, so on and so on. So if you focus on one keyblade, your one keyblade is going to give you more SP and your friend medal is going to do more damage. So it's actually a lot better as a new player to focus on one keyblade depending on what your strongest medals are. So you guys want to grab one of them, doesn't matter which one. It could be that when you started, red medals were being given out. Like if you guys started a couple weeks ago, Meowsy was the main medal, and that means your treasure trove would have done a lot of damage. So you want to upgrade your treasure trove so you can do more damage. Now, on the actual keyblades, this part's actually really long. I didn't even think about how much there is to talk about keyblades. But you see down there, the 1.42, and it's red. Every time you put a medal on there, its damage is going to be multiplied by that number down there, 1.42. So as you can see, he has 1,000. Let me just switch it again, 1,192. But the medal itself doesn't have that much damage. As you can see, it's at 7,178. So by putting a medal on a keyblade slot that has a multiplier, it will increase its strength depending on what the multiplier is there. And as you get stronger and stronger into keyblades, you guys will see the multipliers get bigger. Like here, one of the multipliers is 1.56. So the higher your keyblade, the more the multiplier, the more that damage is going to be dished out from that medal. So it's important to focus on one keyblade for multiple reasons. But the main one is friend medals are stronger the higher level your keyblade is. So you guys want that because your friend medal is going to be taking care of you for a very long time. Okay, so far we went over, we want to make level 34 as soon as possible. We want to join a party as soon as we get out of the tutorial. And you want to focus on one keyblade. 1 to 2 keyblades, but when you get to, once you unlock a 5th slot on a keyblade, it takes a special quest item. Every time you complete 25 quests, you get one of these baby blue crystals. It's like auriculum or something like that. I can't say it properly, so I'm not going to attempt it again. But every time you complete 25 quests, starting from number 1, so quest 25 completion will give you one, quest 50, quest 75, so on and so on. So every 25th quest, you guys are going to get one of these. And it takes 1 to upgrade for this slot, and it takes 2 to get over here. So you're going to need quite a bit. And if you guys spread it apart, it's going to take you very long to upgrade one keyblade. So save that for one keyblade, depending on what the event medals are. let's get out of Keyblades. There's so much to talk about them, but I want to make this a little shorter than it already is. Right now it's so long. So Keyblades, important. Party, important. Making level 34, important. Once you're level 34 and you unlock those event quests, you guys want to do these event quests as soon as possible, especially if they're ending. And the best way to do that, well, let me show you instead of clicking on that banner. So once you unlock the event quest, it's going to have this tab down here. It's not going to be locked anymore. This one right here. You want to click on it, and there's going to be a bunch of events going on. Right now, there's not much going on for us. We have some Avatar and a Corridor of Darkness, which is pretty cool. But if it's medals like we just had Moana and Christmas Sora, or whatever the medal is, says do these quests to earn this medal, you guys want to complete that as soon as possible. And the best way to do that is, like I said, make level 34, unlock this, and then focus on one Keyblade. Now let's go back to story mode. The reason I did up to quest 100 full Mickey heads is because of those shards down here. Now that I have a Keyblade that is really good, and I know that I have all 5 slots unlocked, so I can fit 5 medals on it, and my friend medal is doing a lot of damage now you want to rush. This is the part where you're not going to care about the Mickey heads. As you guys can see down here, I don't have all the objectives complete. What I did is because I was running out of time for the Larkson B quest and Christmas Sora and Moana, I rushed all the way to quest 200 just by going into the mission and going straight to the target. I ignored everything around me. You can collect some chests on the way, and those shiny things you see on the floor, those shiny things are materials to upgrade your Keyblade. See, another part about the Keyblade. As soon as you hit quest 200, remember that guilting system I told you about? You can now guilt your medal. You can make your medals, especially since the story mode gives you a bunch of medals. You're going to see Wakkas, you're going to see Goofies, you're going to see Titus, you're going to see Donald, you're going to see all this, okay? You can combine these medals together. You see how there's a black dot there? That means I can put another copy of Goofy in here, and that means there's 4 Goofies in this one. When you get to a higher level, 6 stars, right down here, at 6 stars, it fits 6 medals into him. So you're going to have the medal itself, and then 6 more. The 6th one will start a guilting percentage that will spin, and then you guys will be able to have this percentage boost here. And that percentage boost, whatever it is, which is 44% for a really bad roll, you're going to times that by this number here, and that's how much damage your medal is going to do. Now, we're not going to go into too much detail. I'm going to save that for other videos. But whatever's here is 1.44. You just add a 1 in front of it, and then multiply it by this. So times 1.60. And that's how much that multiplier is going to multiply this. Well, also your Keyblade is going to multiply. So at 1,129, you would multiply that number together. So it's very confusing. There's a video I had on that. As I go through this account, I'll explain more. But when you guilt, it makes this multiplier higher, which makes this number bigger. That's all you guys gotta know for now, until we get into the more advanced stuff. But you guys are gonna see farmable medals like this. You're gonna want to level them up as soon as possible, and then evolve them. And you're gonna need fairy godmothers. You're gonna need Mickeys. You're gonna need Sids. A lot of stuff for that. So you guys want to farm up Special Quest, which is the next part. I think it's called Special Quest. Yes, so specials. In the special tab, you're going to see a bunch of quests every day. Now, it's different for which day you're on. If it is Thursday, you're going to be able to farm green medals. If it's Wednesday, you're going to farm magic medals, so on and so on. And on the weekend is when you can farm those evolved medals. As you guys can see, Saturday, Sunday gives you the Mickeys, and Friday gives you the fairy godmothers with the other ones as well. So depending on which day it is, I would suggest farm, especially if it's 0 AP, or if you completed all the quests and you have nothing else to waste your AP on, do it by farming what you guys need. Stock up on these, stock up on these. Very important. Now, if you're going behind a little bit on your Keyblade and you don't have the right materials, there's a list online that you can type down where to farm the materials for treasure trove, for 3 wishes, so on and so on, and you can do that. Or you can come to this quest and just farm all the treasure trove, tongue twister for me for some reason. You can farm all its materials in this one quest here, but it's very heavy AP cost, so if it's not 0 AP going on right now, you're gonna have trouble with that. Now, here's another thing. Since we are free to play, this money medal 30-minute, it pops up differently for everyone else. So when you see it, kind of time it. It's every, I think, 4 hours or 3 hours or something like that. But get on this right away. Do this as soon as you can, because you're going to need money to upgrade your medals, to evolve them, to combine them, to guild them. Money is very important in the beginning. Later on, you're gonna have tons. One more thing, guys, and this is very important. I don't know why I'm saying this for last, but as you level up, you guys are gonna notice that you're getting those avatar coins for completing stuff, or every time you level, say you gain 30 avatar coins. And this is the menu you guys want to look at. Now, as you can see, I don't have everything fully completed. You don't want to fully complete these boards. The only time you want to complete it if you want the whole costume. If you guys want the whole costume, then go for it, but don't do that many times. Level up, go through it, and then pick your costume later, especially because they're going to give us a lot of avatar boards and have a lot of cool costumes. You're not going to have to really worry about that, especially because there are skill perks, and that's a whole nother story, but we're not going to go through that right away. At the beginning, what you guys are going to do is click on filter, click on HP and cost. Those are the two most important things you're going to need to pass all these quests I'm talking about. That's the reason you want to make level 34 right away, unlock special events, and then you want to make level 200, 215, but 205 is safe because you want to unlock HP and cost. So if you're starting off when it's 0 AP, only focus on these two every time you level up. Now, if it's not 0 AP, you guys need AP. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. When you click on the avatar, you're going to see different nodes. This one says AP, this one says cost, and this one says HP. So these three right here are the most important. You want to grab those as soon as possible and ignore the rest. Now, you see how this AP is really far? It's going to cost you 3550 avatar coins, which is hefty. So what you want to do when you start off is just grab the AP, cost, and HP that are in the beginning, and then exit out and ignore everything else and go to the next one and do the same thing. Only grab the AP, cost, and HP. Now, the reason for that, HP obviously is how much health you have. So the higher your health, the more damage you can take, the more you can kind of cheese your way through those events for those special medals like Moana, like Christmas Sora. I had a lot of HP, so I can tank a lot of hits, and I was able to farm by 2-turning the enemies, and I got all these medals, and I'm able to guild them once I have the proper materials. So that's HP. HP is very important. You don't want the costume. It takes too much avatar coins, and you're going to miss out on a lot of this. You want to make sure you get these three from every board and then go to the next one. Later on, trust me, you're going to have lots of avatar coins. You can come back and buy whatever costume you want. But when you're new, focus on these threes right here and nothing else. Now, AP, obviously AP. The more quests you can do every day when there's no 0 AP. And the last one is cost. So I guess we're going back to Keyblades. So go back to your equipment, and this is very important. You guys see up here, right here, I have 134 cost out of 152. Because I leveled up to 206 right away, I have 152 cost. Now, what does that mean? All right, medals have a cost. Here, right here, you guys see cost? A 6-star medal, which for down here you guys will see 6-star, costs 46. Whereas a 5-star medal, there's only 5 out of 6 stars down here, will only cost 14. Now, this is a very, very important when building your Keyblade. You want to make sure medals like this that say raise strength and raise defense by 1 tier, 2 tiers, or whatever it is, they're called support medals basically. That's what I call them. A lot of people call them that. But you don't want to upgrade these medals to 6 stars because these are not your main attackers. That way you don't need full cost, especially as a new player. Now, back into the avatar boards, you guys also have these right here, which cost jewels. Now, this is what I'm trying to avoid. I don't need to make a full Keyblade of 6 stars yet because it's too early in the game, but what you want to do for the majority is grab these cost boards. And this comes later on. Don't do it right now because you want to save up your jewels just in case something comes out or some avatar boards you really need. You grab them right away. As you can see with the Keyblade setups I have right now, you don't need to grab these boards. But what are inside these boards are a bunch of helpful things, but mainly the cost. This will give you 4 more costs on your Keyblade. Now we jump back in Keyblade. So instead of having 152, if I unlock one of those boards and open the nodes, I would have 156, or if it was a 3 board, I would have 155. So it increases your cost until you have the max amount of cost, which is 183, I think, or something around that. So without buying those avatar boards, you guys are able to fit 2 6 stars and 3 5 stars. And that is more than enough to complete the quest, which a new player should be doing. Okay, so this video was super long. I don't think I should be making them so long, but this is because it's the first episode of free to play and also new to play. I just want to throw that in there. This is what I'm doing. This is the end of the video. I'm going to break it down real quick. For this account, for anyone that's watching, not a new player, this account's going to be free to play, no money put into here. It's going to be only high score challenge polls or avatar boards. That's how I'm going to get my medals. I'm not going to go crazy going mercy polls to get this legendary medals, because honestly, so far legendary medals have been a hit or miss, and there's only been a couple hits. Like Illustration is one of those hits, but as a new player, I don't need her yet. I'm not going to need a medal like this for a very long time as a new account. As a more advanced player, once you have all these other medals, she's really good, because now she's the next step to make you have a little bit more strength, or a pretty good gap. So, free to play, gonna do avatar board medals like Halloween Goofy and only high score challenge poll, and we'll see where this account goes. I'm pretty sure I can pull this off from my knowledge in the game. All the future videos that are gonna come out for this series is gonna show you a bunch of tips, how I put my Keyblades together, what I think about when I'm doing my Keyblade setups, why I'm buying certain avatar boards. It's gonna be just a lot of knowledge. So I hope it turns out great, and I hope it works the way I'm thinking it's going to work. But this is going to be 100% free to play, and I'm going to help new players as I go as well. So it's going to be a little bit of mix, but only this first episode was directed at directed at new players. I wanted to focus on new players for the first episode since my account is very fresh. 5 days only, no medals pulled with jewels, and I completed a lot of important things without spending any money. And that is the most important thing that I want to do these videos for. I want people to spend less money on the game, or people who don't spend money. Here's a little bit of guidance of what you guys should be thinking about as you go. Now I'm going to stop rambling. This video is probably like an hour long. I don't know how long I've been sitting here. I apologize it was so long. The next ones won't be this long. I just want to put a lot of information in here for a new player and the thought process. Now I might have said things too advanced or things you might not understand. Leave it in the comments and I will help you. I have a Discord channel. Jump in the Discord challenge, of course, yeah. Jump in the channel, and there's me, myself. I am very busy most of the time, but I will be there as much as I can. But I have a lot of people in there who have a lot of knowledge, and they have their own YouTube channels as well. So if you guys need any more help, leave it in the comments or join my Discord. And in the actual main channel, the main party or whatever it's called, the main chat room, you guys can just ask any question there and everyone's there to help you. So there's a lot of information on my Discord. I'll answer your comments in the comment section on YouTube. So don't be afraid, don't be shy. I'm here to help. That's why I'm doing all these episodes. So hopefully this is helping you out. Hopefully this wasn't too long. I honestly thank you to anyone who watched the whole thing. This is basically all the knowledge I had when I started off this game. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like I said, sorry that it's so long, but there's so much knowledge you guys need to know, especially as a new player. And hopefully these videos continue to help everyone out. As always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.